Hey guys, this is Brony Gallardi, and I'm gonna do custom pony with no fuss. You don't need any special equipment or something. All you need is paints, paintbrush, pony. That simple. So what I use System 3 acrylics, and I just got a bit of water in the bottle, and well, that's one I made earlier. So what you take first of all is the pony that you're gonna design, and I'm gonna take this rarity doll, and I'm gonna take the elastic from this one, and I'm gonna tie her mane back. I'm just gonna tie it quite messily, just so it's out of the way. So yeah, really messy, but at least it's out of the way. So next I'm gonna be designing an OC of one of my friends, and it's called Trinity. And I'm gonna take some yellow, just put it in the pot, and she's sort of a sandy yellow, so I'm gonna take a tiny bit of brown. And I'm also going to put a bit more brown because that means brown. So yeah, there we have it. And then take my paintbrush and I'll just mix it up. Might need a bit more. I'll need a bit more yellow. You'll always, I repeat, always need a bit of white. So just if you go out buying some new paints or something, just make sure that there's white in the set. Just a bit more. So yeah, that should do. So that's what I got, and then I only use a tiny bit to begin with. I just start painting her. I need it. Sometimes you might have to build up layers, especially if it's a light colour. And those of you who don't know, when you use acrylics, once it's dry, it doesn't wash off. And if you put it on too thick, then it'll come off. You can just peel it off. Ugh. So you've got to make sure you keep it on like a place where it won't matter if it gets painty. And just make sure the tail's okay too. This will be part 1 because there's this bit in between where I have to let it dry. But it doesn't take long to dry. There's so many videos out there of how to custom pony with, like, it involves like taking the head off and everything. I just find it easier just to paint it, because I got a rainbow dash and a Fluttershy, but then I tried and then they're sort of failing because I can't get a bit of it off, because I can't find the right tools in any of the shops nearby, and they won't come off anyway. And getting the head off was quite hard too, so I prefer just painting them, and then I can show you guys how to do the manes. It works really well if you don't I know some people like molded manes, they don't like the brushable ones. So yeah, once it's dry, then it sort of does dry a bit thicker. Like this one was a bit like thin when it was like that, but then it dried and it dried a bit thicker. So I got these at Toys R Us, if you're wondering where to get them, but I often order them off Amazon because I live in the UK, so there aren't, and especially around where I live, there aren't very many Toys R Us's or anything, and there's no Walmarts or anything. And just, I find it annoying when I paint the bottom of the hooves, because at first it's a bit sticky, but then they end up okay. One thing that you've always got to make sure when you're painting these is there's a hole at the hoof. Don't know if you can see, if I'm showing you guys right. There's a hole in the hoof, and you have to make sure that if you want it to be painted, that's great, and like that's what I always do. I always paint inside the hole, but you've got to make sure that you don't make it too thick in there. Otherwise, when you got things like, I have a little tray thing that has a hole for the ponies to push it with, then you can't do it. So I think I'm gonna let that dry now, and obviously I'll show you part 2 at some point. I think there will be up very soon, because obviously it doesn't take that long to dry. But yeah, that's part 1 over and out.